Good evening and welcome to Birmingham Seaholm High School, home of the Maples, as they get set to take on the Groves Gators. Girls swim and dive. Brad Fetters here for BACB Sports, getting you ready for tonight's event. Well, if Oakland counties were any indication, we should be in store for a good one here this evening. The Birmingham Seaholm Maples finished in second place at that Oakland County meet, a few points behind Farmington Hills Mercy. As for the Groves Gators, a 10th place finish at counties, a 6th place finish last year at states. So we should be in store for one heck of a meet here tonight. A lot of personal bests. You may even see a couple pool records. You never know when these two teams clash. First event of the night will be the 200-yard medley relay, and that'll be next after a quick timeout.
Bloomfield Township Senior Services promotes wellness and strengthens the community through social connections, fitness classes, aquatics, day trips, and more. Our staff is here to serve you, offering lifelong learning and interactive opportunities for residents age 50 and above. Invest in your vitality with us. Follow us to learn more and stay up to date. We look forward to meeting you.
Welcome back inside Birmingham Seaholm High School. Brad Fetters alongside Andy Aubrey, nearly set to go. Event number one of the evening will be the girls' 200-yard medley relay. Order of strokes will be the backstroke, the breaststroke, the butterfly, and the freestyle. Obviously, first swimmer will start in the water. All four lanes will be full of Seaholm Maples. Catherine Davis in lane 3. Carolina Frazier in lane 4. Lena Valaire in lane 5. Karina Simmons in lane 6. We'll turn it over to Catherine Battenberg, Darwin Stutz, Lila Heatherly, and Alyssa Riva.
Those are those warm-up rounds. We're getting the whetting our appetite a little bit, Brad.
Yep, the first heats will not be counted towards the total points. Only the final heat of said event will count. And kind of looking through our lineup sheet, we're in store for 5 heats in the 100 free. So a lot of participants in that one, as well as the 50-yard free. There's going to be 6 heats in that.
So we're here till Thursday. Is that what?
We may be, so settle in. And
that's right. Get yourself something nice, icy, cold to drink, and some snacks, and we're going to be here a while.
Brooklyn Rux, Anaya Aurora, Anaya Moore, and Catherine Fuller. The third to hit the pool, and they'll turn things over to the anchors now. Isabel Nelson, the freshman. Gabrielle Suarez. Emmy Robertson in lane 5, and down in lane 6, Sabrina Coe. Important note, lane 1 is at the very bottom of your screens. Lane 8 will be at the very top. So works our way down from 8 down to 1 if you're looking at your screens. As the anchors finish up in lanes 3 and 5, it'll be lane 3 with the victory. Catherine Davis, Catherine Battenberg, Brooklyn Rux, and Isabel Nelson. Always important to get off to a good start, Andy, when event number 1 is a relay. The points are kind of magnified in terms of the relays. You get 8 points for first, 4 for second, and 2 points for third. So a big opportunity in the first race to really gain some valuable points.
Points and momentum. I think this sort of can start setting the tone for the entire meet. Depending on how these first rounds go, it can give your team a boost and kind of get some enthusiasm cooking amongst the team.
All 8 lanes will be occupied here for the points race. Let's meet the participants. As we mentioned, the very first stroke will be the backstroke, so they'll start in the water. And the teams will alternate lanes, beginning at the very bottom in lane 1. It'll be a Seaholm team followed by a girls team, so on and so forth. So in lane 1 for Seaholm, the starters on the backstroke: Lauren King, Ella Stein, Sophie Lair, Maya Shelton, Leah Isaacson, Carla Jimenez-Pillay, May Ruthenberg, and Delilah Covata. Disclaimer right off the very top of the broadcast, Andy. We apologize in advance if we mispronounce any names tonight. Not our intention, obviously. Not like most sports where we can go down and talk to all the athletes prior to the start of the broadcast and get pronunciations. These rosters are just too big for us to do that.
Yeah, there's a lot of swimmers, and nobody's really got numbers or names on, so it's tough to find them in that sea of people beforehand to try and confirm this pronunciation. So, yeah, like Brad said, we do our best, and we get it right most of the time, but every now and then there's a trickier one.
Ava Pruden, Nadia Racco, Layla Warner, Livy Camp, Peyton Garn, Lucy Drinkert, Emily Henderson, and Isabella Franco in the pool now in the 2 spots. If you're new to the swim game, you want to pay attention to the middle 2 lanes, 4 and 5. It's typically where your fastest swimmers will be. And right now it's the Grove squad in lane 4 with the early lead. Ashley Gleim, Bridget Branjarno, Peyton Coleman, Madeline Howard, Ashley Gleim, Lucy Soul, Whitney Wellborn, Samantha Culver, and Blakely Kuziak in the 3 spots. And right now it's Grove squad. The anchors: Liliana Laredo, Julia Rourke, Sophia Beatty, Mallory Gherkin, Rowan McDowell, Marta Jimenez-Pillay, Corin Stevens, and Sarah Calvo Tovar. It'll be the team from Groves that comes out in first place. Lane 4, followed by Seaholm in lane 5. And third place will go to the Seaholm team of Lair, Warner, Howard, and Beatty. So Shelton, Camp, Gleim, and Gherkin, get accustomed to those names, Andy. We're going to be calling them quite a bit tonight. Ashley Gleim, a terrific 500-yard freestyler. She came in 5th in that event at the most recent Oakland Counties meet.
Yeah, and Gleim's a name we knew from last year. She's been around and sort of flexed her swimming muscles over the last her career here. So she's only getting better.
So 8 quick points for Groves. With the second and third place finishes for the Maples, they will net 6 points. So an early lead for the Falcons, and kind of taking that Oakland County meet into consideration. Very top of the broadcast, we mentioned Seaholm finished in 2nd place at Oakland County, well behind Farmington Hills Mercy. Groves came in 10th. So Groves really going to have to step up their game here tonight if they want to contend. I don't know if they have the firepower to do that quite yet. So this will be the 200-yard freestyle. All Seaholm swimmers here in their home pool. Cameron Richmond, the sophomore, will be in lane 3. Mila Skubik will be in lane 4. She's just a freshman. Harper Marsh will occupy lane 5, the junior. And Naomi Godwin, the sophomore, will be in lane 6.
Now the question is there such a thing as home pool advantage?
Maybe, could it be temperature? You just like the temperature of your pool a little bit better?
You're very, very precise by the degree to know what your body performs best at.
The pH balance of the of the water.
Exactly,
It has the right chlorine level.
Right.
So pretty even heat here in the non-points race in the 200-yard freestyle. Slight advantage right now for Harper Marsh. She makes a big wide turn. You missed all the excitement prior to tonight's meet. It is the loudest I have ever heard it inside this pool area.
That's really saying something because it gets pretty loud every meet. You know, these cement walls tend to reverberate sound quite a lot.
Well, I think tonight the entire building was kind of vibrating and shaking. It almost sounded like a jet airplane was taking off. It was quite impressive. The girls were leaving little to the earbuds. I'll tell you that. It was the decibel level in here was big time.
Huh. Yeah, again, that's quite amazing considering what it's usually like, which is always loud. But maybe the weather. It's still summer outside, it seems, mid-80s. It's got everybody still hopped up.
It was kind of like a give and take back and forth between the two teams, and whatever you can do, I can do better type of thing.
Oh, yeah.
As Marsh touches first, Godwin comes in second, Skubik in third. Wait for Richmond to finish her 200-yard freestyle. We'll turn it over to the points race.
In fact, we could have done this one outside if we found ourselves a pool.
Certainly could have.
I mean, it is still warm, folks, here on October the 6th. And, gosh, I remember going to Penn State one time. They got a beautiful outdoor pool up there for their competition when the weather's good.
So the points race now in the 200-yard freestyle. As I mentioned in the previous race, the two teams will alternate lanes. Seaholm will be down in lane 1. Samantha Memmer. Lexi Borovich in lane 2. Layla Stevens in lane 3. Libby Camp in lane 4. Noelle Schneider in lane 5. Lane 6 will have Libby Knopper. Rebecca Turner will be in lane 7. And Nadia Racco will be in lane 8. Racco, a sophomore from Birmingham Groves. Noelle Schneider, a sophomore from Seaholm. So a couple of underclassmen in this race. And right now, Schneider with the early lead. Stevens in second. Turner up there in lane 7, currently running in third. Fourth place belongs to Turner. Pretty even match through that first turn. Open up a little bit of an advantage now is Noelle Schneider, the sophomore from Seaholm. Nice little push by her teammate Layla Stevens in lane 3. As Stevens has overtaken Camp and currently in second place. So Schneider's and Stevens, 1-2 for the Maples.
And these turns are so critical as far as giving yourself an advantage. That's something they practice nonstop in practice. There's a couple places, not just a swimming, you can give yourself a leg up, and one is entering the water when you dive in. Secondly, these turns.
Turner up in lane 7 trying to make this a three-way race for second place because Schneider has such a sizable advantage right now. Nearly a length lead, if not more. Schneider really dusting the competition. Stevens, the slight advantage for second place. Camp running in third. Turner trying to pull out something here. So it'll be Schneider that touches first. Stevens in second. So Schneider first. Stevens second. Big board's not quite right. As Schneider in 7th place now. It's it's not right. Camp came in 3rd for Groves. and Turner will claim fourth. So Rebecca Turner comes in fourth. Let's go over those finishes once again. Noelle Schneider in lane 5 in first place. Layla Stevens of Seaholm in second. Livy Camp in third. Rebecca Turner in fourth. So a first, second, and fourth place finish there for the Maples. Those are some pretty valuable points. 12 points, in fact, to just 3 for Groves. So Groves picks up the 200-yard medley relay win, and now it is Noelle Schneider, the sophomore from Seaholm, that comes up with the victory in the 200-yard freestyle.
And if I may, and I'm not defending anybody in that scoring room for shortcomings, but it gets a little chaotic down there. Trying to figure out who came in first, who came in third, and they do their best. And we shout out to the parents just about every swim meet we cover because they really do a fantastic job.
The swim meet started at 6 o'clock. I was down there at approximately 5:50, and it was just pure chaos.
It is. Oh, it's just people running around like hair on fire and in and out and confirming, oh, so-and-so's not here, they're sick today, you know, who, and somebody else is going to sit in for this relay and so forth. And it's it gets a little hairy, a little crazy and hectic.
We're making sure all the touch boards worked at the end of the lanes, making sure those did record our final times, and obviously that one in lane 5 is not operating, so they're going to actually hand record the time, believe it or not.
And I think we always have that, don't we? At least once, seems like, or twice. There's a touchpad that's malfunctioning and they can't seem to get it right.
Appears to be working now, but there is a parent still hand recording the time. Kind of brings us back to the one and only track and field event we covered.
We still have PTSD from that.
Where nothing gets recorded, and you and I were in the top of the broadcast booth. We're trying to record times on our iPhone stopwatch,
right? Which
was a complete disaster.
Forget that. Yeah, we found out quickly that didn't work.
So credit to the parents.
Yeah, and that was 10 years ago. I think when we're still talking about it, still suffering, it still keeps me up at night occasionally, where I think how utterly crazy that was. We did our best, but it was not easy.
Avery Selheimer in lane 3, Alina Valere in lane 4, Ava Pruden in lane 5, Anna Clifford in lane 6 for this 200-yard individual medley. Individual medleys, butterfly, backstroke, breaststroke, freestyle. Coach Carl Hodgson on the near side deck, urging his athletes on. This is an all Seaholm race. And it'll be Villar that comes away with the victory. Junior, Lena Villar.
Carl's a great coach, and he's had class after class just revere him for his techniques and frankly, his results. But I think swimming might be tied with wrestling for the sport, where the coach may be yelling their fool head off, encouraging their players or what have you to aim higher and work harder and do better, but I don't know that they really hear them that much. I've interviewed a few of both sports athletes, and they say, no, I don't hear a word. I'm in my own world out there. I'm just doing my best, and I don't know what's being said. It just sounds like
Charlie Brown's teacher?
White noise, yeah, exactly.
I can confirm. Cousin's son was a state qualifying wrestler, and he said, yeah, he doesn't hear anything when he's on the mat.
Well, it's impossible. I mean, you're focused, first of all, with the task at hand, and so you're almost trying to shut everything out. But coaches have to coach, and you're also getting encouragement from your other teammates, so there's that yelling and hollering going on.
Emily Henderson in lane 1, Julia Rourke in lane 2, Natalie Renovian in lane 3, Ashley Gleim in 4, Sophia Layer, Mallory Gherkin, Leah Isaacson, and Ella Stein. Natalie Renovian had her personal best in this event at Oakland Counties, a time of 2:17.54. That was good enough for an 8th place finish at Oakland Counties. Renovian right now in lane 3 for Seaholm. And Renovian, just a freshman. Coach Hodgson has a good one in Renovian. Right now it is Ashley Gleim currently in first. Sophie Lair, the junior from Seaholm, putting on her best effort. Pretty much a dead heat right now as Lair has overtaken her. Nearly a second and a half faster on that last split. Has opened up a 0.12 of a second lead. That's how close right now first and second is. And now a good steady push by Ashley Gleim has erased that lead of Lair.
Yeah,
the crowd urging her on.
Once they went to the freestyle, she separated herself.
And Ashley Gleim will ride home in first. Lair takes second. Looks like Renovian came in, I would have to imagine third. It doesn't look like it quite recorded either. So everyone will get pushed down based on the big board. So Isaacson will finish in fourth. So Ashley Gleim in first, Sophie Lair in second, Natalie Renovian in lane 3 will come in third. So Ashley Gleim, talked about her as a distance swimmer, Andy. We mentioned the 5th place finish in the 500-yard free at Oakland Counties. Well, she just put on a show there in the individual medley.
Yeah, that was her sort of exerting her style and imposing her will on the competition, which we expect from her all night.
So as mentioned earlier on in tonight's broadcast, we will have 6 heats here in event number 4. It's the girls' 50-yard freestyle, the fastest race in water.
That's it.
There and back.
Don't blink, you'll miss it.
Isabel Nelson, Ina Aurora in lane 4, Catherine Fuller in 5, Maeve Baldwin in lane 6. Will be Isabel Nelson coming in first. Nice little round of applause for Miss Nelson. And Aurora in lane 4.
They
second.
really keep things moving. I have to mention that. Again, hats off to the parents and the organizers of these events. I don't know how it runs at other high schools, but boy, at Seaholm, we've really been impressed by the timeliness of getting these events going and no downtime or lag time between.
So for the next 5 participants in this event will be Seaholm Maples. Karina Simmons, Evelyn Jessup, Gabrielle Suarez, Sarah Calvo Tovar, Alyssa Pariva, third place finish for the Maples last season at States. Finished behind Grosse Pointe South and Farmington Hills Mercy. You hear a trend there, Andy?
A little bit.
Farmington Hills Mercy.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy, they are just a perennial power, and it's going to be hard to catch them. State championship for the Seaholm squad back in 2021. It was back-to-back state championships, if you remember correctly, 19, 20, and 21 for the girls team here at Birmingham Seaholm.
1920?
No, 2019, 2020, and
there
2021.
There we go. I was going to say, you're really going back.
Yeah, I didn't blow the dust off the record books.
We're going back to the roaring 20s, people, with your stats today.
The Great Gatsby.
Good times.
He was swimming here.
Oh, the good days. Those are the good old days.
Old chap.
You know.
So this will be now heat number 3 of 6. A little bit of a delay.
Yeah, I just was pumping them up, saying about how great everything moves along here. Now we're in a bit of a holding pattern for a moment.
Sabrina Coe, Ada Below, Catherine Battenberg, Alexandria Wright, Amanda Arcio, Brooklyn Smith, Catherine Davis, and McKenna Varda. This is a 4-on-4 Seaholm and Groves race. They'll alternate. Sabrina Coe of Seaholm in lane 1 all the way up to McKenna Varda, the freshman in lane number 8. Freestyle. Anything goes when you're freestyling. Front crawl, I guess it's also known as. Call it the Australian crawl.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
The only limit, 15 meters can be swam underwater.
Swimmed.
And they start from each turn, otherwise some part of the body must always be above water. Most believe that the front crawl stroke was developed by Richard Cavell, an Australian who first combined the overarm stroke with the up and down kicking motion. Carolina Frazier, Peyton Coleman, Liliana Laredo, Delilah Covada, Lauren King, Alessandra Senti, Olivia Batanzos, and Isabella Franco in heat 4 of 6 in the 50-yard freestyle. Fast.
It's a quick one.
Laredo in a time of 27.68, 27.68. Not quite her personal best. Her personal best this year, 27.57. So about 11 thousandths of a second slower than her personal best. Heat 5 of 6, down in lane 1 will be Lila Heatherly, Blakely Kuziak, Sloan Lakari, Sylvia Duncan, Bridget Bongiorno, Allison Rail, Anaya Moore, and Riley Schenberger. Slight advantage for Sloan Lakari, and Lakari will touch first. Bongiorno came in second, Rail in third. So now the points race, heat 6 of 6. Sophia Beatty, Marta Jimenez-Pillay, Madeline Howard, Livy Camp, Peyton Garn, Milo Allen, Rowan McDowell, Carla Jimenez-Pillay. So we have Marta and Carla. Hearing some familiar names throughout. Also important to note that each swimmer can swim a max of 4 events, with 2 being individual events. Peyton Garn gonna touch first, picks up the victory. Peyton Garn in first. McDowell, Rowan McDowell, the freshman, in second, and Howard will claim third. So this will be our point in the evening when we take our first break. The first half of the swimming events are over. When we come back from a short break, it'll be the dive-in portion of tonight's event. Don't go anywhere here on BACB Sports.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. But only you can prevent wildfires.
Diving portion of tonight's activities. 7 divers, 6 rounds. Caitlin Bronchick of Birmingham Groves will dive first. 201A, 1.7 on the degree of difficulty. Back dive into the straight position. Sophie Steinberg, same exact dive. Backward dive into the straight position, 1.7 on the degree of difficulty. A couple judges at pool level giving out the scores here tonight. Fortunately, nothing up on the big board. 3.5, 3.5. Taylor Simon of Birmingham Seaholm, then the very next dive. This will be a back dive into the tuck position. And if you're wondering what exactly is the tuck position, body bent at the waist and knees, thighs drawn to the chest. 2.5, 3 on the scores. Thighs drawn to the chest, feet kept close to the buttocks. Feet and knees should be kept together and toes should be pointed. Aubrey Bogarts, 101B, 1.3 on the degree of difficulty. Forward dive into the pike position. 5 and a 6 there for Aubrey Bogarts.
Aubrey spells her name correctly, too.
Just like your last name.
A-U-B-R-E-Y. If she connected with one of my family members someday, she'd be Aubrey.
201A, 1.7 on the degree of difficulty. 4 and a 5. So this has been a very common dive here, this back into the straight position. This is Bridget Amell. Three and a 2. So Ellie Lentini of Birmingham Seaholm, 201B. So she'll end up in the pike position.
That's a nice dive. Barely a ripple.
So dive position, the pike position, body bent at the hips, legs straight at the knees, toes pointed. Feet should be held together while positioning of the arms is completely optional. Caitlin Bronchek, 101B, 1.3 on the degree of difficulty. Forward dive into the pike position. A 3 and a 2.5. Sophie Steinberg. She'll also have a forward dive into the pike position. 1 somersault. 4 and a 4.5. Swimmers kind of occupied the spots along the pool on the far side. Seaholm's on the benches.
Right. Yep, they're there, all supporting their teammates.
Taylor Simon, 401C, 1.4 on the degree of difficulty. Going to end up in the tuck position. So a 3 and a 3.5 there for Taylor. Aubrey Bogarts, 102B, 1.5 on the degree of difficulty. So a forward, 2 somersaults into the pike. Pretty good. You kind of hear the oohs and the ahs from the crowd. They liked it.
And they all wait until they reemerge from under the
6
surface.
and a half.
Can't clap when they're underwater. They can't hear you, right?
Well, we're supposed
to be whispering.
Be really quiet
Yes,
right now.
I know.
Yes. Supposed to be talking. Yeah. Golf announcers.
But yeah, we're expected to also provide some commentary here. It's a tough.
Julia Trimble, 202C.
Kind of walking a fine line, Brad.
1.5 on the degree of difficulty. So here we go, 401C. This will be our inward dive. Andy, what's an inward dive? It's a takeoff from the standing position at the end of the board with the back to the water. Direction of rotation is toward the board. 1 somersault into the tuck position.
Nicely done.
4, 3.5. Allie Lentini. So we got ourselves our first twisting dive of the night. Couple twists, 3 somersaults into the free position. Was one of the more complicated dives of the night. Free position, combination straight pike or tuck to be used in twisting dives. That was our most difficult dive of the night in terms of degree of difficulty. That was a 2.3, that last one. Caitlin Bronchik, 4.5, 3.5. Sophie Steinberg, a 102C. She'll end up in the tuck position. 2 somersaults.
Nice.
1.4 in the degree of difficulty. Couple 4s there for Miss Steinberg.
It's interesting watching these divers warm up beforehand. Some do some practice dives, others just joking around, others are a little more focused off to the side, and this is a focus sport, the diving portion.
101C.
I mean, it's almost a total of
4.5,
180 from the actual swimming portion of this, where it's just go all out. I mean, you're just trying to give it maximum effort. This is a little more cerebral, quiet sort of event. These focused, concentration, all these attributes that are required to excel in this portion of the event.
Got Aubrey Bogarts, our second twisting dive of the night. We're going to have a half twist. Yep. 1.7 on the degree of difficulty, 4.5, 4. That gets multiplied times the degree of difficulty. Because you might think to yourself, well, you know.
Why would you try such a
why
hard
would you
dive?
Exactly. You get
Yeah.
low scores, but it gets multiplied by the degree of difficulty.
Right.
Just nail all the easy jumps, right?
Yeah, just go. That might be one approach. I'm sure that some have done that.
4.5, 5 there for Julia Trimble.
But you are rewarded then for stretching the limits or trying something more difficult.
Bridget Amell, 101C, 1.2 on the degree of difficulty. Five and a 4 there for Amell. And Allie Lentini. So we're going to have ourselves an inward dive, 3 somersaults into the tuck position. Have we talked about the inward dive yet?
We touched on it briefly. Oh, these ladies are making me nervous. They're coming close to that board.
End of the board, back to the water. She kind of shrugs her shoulders. One somersault, half twist into the free. 1.7 on the degree of difficulty. Four and a 3. Sophie Steinberg of Birmingham Groves. So we got a forward 1.5 somersaults into the tuck position. Count the somersaults for us here, Andy.
1, 2.
You got 2?
I got 2 out of
Supposed to
that.
be 1.5, but
Oh.
2 works. 4 and 4. The untrained eye, it was 2 somersaults.
Okay, that's fair.
Forward dive into the tuck position. A 4 and a 4. So here you go, Andy. You're going to have one somersault, one twist.
Okay.
See if you can spot both.
Yeah. Saw them both. She did well.
5 and a 4 there for
Nice
Bogarts. Julia Trimble of Seaholm. We have 1.5 twists here.
I saw a half.
Trimble ended up with 4.5s. One and a half somersaults. 3 and a 4. Ellie Latine. Forward, 1.5 somersaults into the pike position. Four and a half and a 5.5. 5.5. So that's round number 4. 2 more dives for each participant. Caitlin Bronchick again for Birmingham Groves. 1 somersault, 1 twist into the free. 1.9 the degree of difficulty. 3.5, 2.5. Andy, if I forced you into this sport and I said you have to be either a swimmer or a diver, what event would you participate in?
Wow, that's a tough call. They each have their benefits and their difficulties. I would think the diving is a little easier. Depends on your definition of easy, I guess.
See, I'm not a daredevil. I'm a very cautious person, so going off the end of that board is a no-go for me.
Yeah, that is a little tricky. You do get the potential for danger exists there for sure.
1.7 on the degree of difficulty here for Taylor Simon. 4.5, 4.5. Aubrey Bogarts. Going to be an inward dive in the pike position here for Miss Bogarts. 1.5 on the degree of difficulty. And let's see some scores. 5.5 and a 6 for Bogarts. Pretty good score there.
Very nice.
Julia Trimble, reverse dive into the tuck. Reverse dive standing or running approach facing the water. Direction of rotation is toward the board. 5 and a 4 there for Julia Trimble. Bridget Amell. One somersault, 1 twist. 1.9 on the degree of difficulty. Almost stuck the landing, didn't quite get into position. 4 and a 3 there for Amal.
Well, I will say that the swimming, if you took up the swimming, that would keep you in better shape. You have to be in good shape to begin with.
So let's see if Lentine can pull off these 2 somersaults. 2.2 on the degree of difficulty. Allie has definitely tried to perform the toughest of the dives here tonight. 4.5 and a 5.5. That's round 5 of 6. 7 divers will go through their final round here. Caitlin Bronchick, 1.4 on the degree of difficulty. An inward dive into the tuck position. 4 and a 4. It is senior night here tonight, Andy.
Yeah, there's a lot of those going on in our various sports this time of year.
It's kind of hard to believe that some of our sports are already starting their postseason.
It just started. It was summer. Well, the weather makes it still feel like summer out. But we're getting on in some of these years, some of these sports seasons at this point.
Sophie Steinberg. Taylor Simon. 301C. So reverse into the tuck position. .6 on the degree of difficulty. Let's take a look at the numbers. 3.5 and a 3. Aubrey Bogarts. Inward dive. 1 somersault into the tuck position. 1.6 on the degree of difficulty. Let's see if she can pull it off. Pretty good.
Nice.
Minimal splash. That's
Very
what I
low.
look for.
Yeah, right. And how
6 and a
rigid?
5.
How rigid are their bodies as they go down
Yep.
and then keep going down? Are they curled? Are they curved? Are they going straight down? Which is the ideal?
Julia Trimble of Seaholm, 302C, 1.6 on the degree of difficulty. 4.5, 4. Bridget Amell, 301C, reverse into the tuck. Half somersault. Got a little too forward into the chest. 3 and a 2, that's going to cost her, yep. And our last dive of the night, 301B, a reverse dive into the pike position. 1.7 on the degree of difficulty. Whoa, kind of got out.
Yeah, she got some big air on that one.
4 and a 6 there for Lentine. And that will do it for tonight's diving event. The 1 meter diving is complete. All 7 divers have completed their 6 rounds. Take a break here on BACB Sports. When we come back, we pick the swimming back up with the 100-yard butterfly.
At Bloomfield Community Television, we believe that every community has a unique story to tell. A story of its people, its vision, and its future. Our mission? To help you tell it.
Good evening, soccer fans, and welcome to Birmingham Seaholm High School. I'm Brad.
Difference. A zoom lens allows you to take and
now, here's Franklin.
Brad Fetters alongside Andy Aubrey, jumping right back into the swimming portion of tonight's event, the 100-yard butterfly. Just 1 heat, Andy, and just 7 participants. Let's meet them. Milo Allen will be in lane 2. May Ruthenberg will be in lane 3. Whitney Wellborn will be in lane 4. Lucy Soul in lane 5. Maya Shelton in lane 6. Samantha Culver in 7. And McKenna Varda in lane 8. 5 freshmen in this event. Couple sophomores, Samantha Culver and Milo Allen. Maya Shelton, the lone senior. To 100-yard butterfly. Butterfly stroke evolved from experiments with the breaststroke technique, probably invented by the German E. Rademacher in 1926, improved upon by American Henry Meyer, accepted into competition in 1933. It took years for the stroke to finally be recognized and included in the Olympic Games. Finally Became an Olympic event in 1956.
However, interestingly enough, the Olympics were introduced to swimming or vice versa in 1896, which I thought was interesting. Swimming in general, first recorded swimming we have is 2500 BC.
Wow.
So I don't know what they were doing in 2501 BC. They weren't swimming, I guess, yet.
Lucy Soley winning that race, 102.58. The crowd just went absolutely nuts. We'll dive into, let's see, that might actually be a state qualifying time. Lucy came in first. May Ruthenberg came in second.
The swimming community is a tight-knit community. They very much hang together. They're very reliable. They're devout with their following of their athletes.
So let's take a look. Doing some efforting here in terms of what a qualifying time was in the 100-yard butterfly, 103.69. So yeah, that was, she already had her state qualifying time, but that was a really quick 102.58. She almost shattered her previous best time of 103.47. So she was already within state competition. 100-yard butterfly, let's see, the pool record. Wow, 55.32. That's fast. Evelyn Jessup, Gabrielle Suarez, Karina Simons racing in the 100-yard free, and it'll be Jessup that comes in first. Five heats in this 100-yard free. Uh-oh, Andy. There's 2 heats in the 500 free.
Oh, wow. Good thing we have some fun facts lined up about swimming.
500 free, about a 5.5-minute race. So 5.5 and 5.5. Hey, guess what? That's going to be 11 minutes of swimming.
You did that in your head? Nice.
Heat number 2 of 5, Sarah Calvo-Tovar in lane 1, Anaya Aurora in lane 2, Anaya Moore in lane 3, Olivia Tanzos in lane 4, Emmy Roberts in lane 5, Darwin Stutz in lane 6. See here at this turn, it's going to be Robertson just ahead of Moore. Stutz in third.
Well, we love sports, Brad. Obviously, we're all about it, every sport. It's fascinating to watch those who excel in a given sport and those who struggle. I put myself in the latter category usually as in my schooling years, but swimmers in particular seem like they've just got a natural ability. The fast ones, it's almost effortless. It's interesting to watch.
Emmy Robertson in first. Anaya Moore came in second. Naya Aurora came in third. And timing mistakes aplenty. Coach Hodgson has his arms out at his side. Not quite sure what happened there, but
he's not happy.
The race is over. I don't know. Clock's still running. League meet If you're interested in that, will take place on November 5th at Lake Orion. State championship will take place this year in Division II at Eastern Michigan University on November's 21st and 22nd.
And fabulous Ypsilanti.
Fabulous Ypsilanti. Our very own Greg Black, a graduate of Eastern Michigan University.
Another fine MAC refugee.
As are you.
As I am. CMU.
Fire up chips.
Fire up chips. We got a few people in the world of sports who've excelled. One in baseball in particular is trying his little heart out. He just can't seem to break through, but he's not alone.
The epitome of a Central Michigan University Chippewa.
A try-hard guy?
Yeah.
That's what we got. That's what we have there.
Zach McKinstry.
That's him.
Lila Heatherly, Brooklyn Smith, Amanda Arcio, Isabella Franco, Elena Valaire, Alexandra Wright, Brooklyn Rux, and Ada Bilo. Elena Valaire right now in first. As she will touch first. Valaire, Heatherly in second, Rux in third. I can't talk, Andy. I'm just a member of the GLIAC.
Hey, don't minimize that. You got some players in that conference. The Ferris States of the world and the Saginaw Valleys, right? Who else is in that league?
Grand Valley.
Right.
Michigan Tech.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Northern
Lake Superior
Michigan.
up there, in there?
Yep. Wayne State.
Okay. Well, Valera in that last heat proved the theory wrong that the lane one is not the fastest. Usually teams that put their fastest swimmer in the center lanes, there's less, I guess, wave. There's a word for that, is washback. Generally, there's some interference in these far lanes, 1 and 8.
Avery Schielheimer and Blakely Kuziak, Corinne Stevens, Alessandra Senti, Sloan Licari, Delilah Cavada, Liliana Laredo, and Riley Schenberger in lanes 1 through 8. Looks like a Sloan Licari win. The senior from Seaholm will touch first. So that was heat 4 of 5. We'll turn it over now to the points race in the 100-yard freestyle. So the points race now in lane 1 from Seaholm, Harper Marsh. In lane 2 from Groves, Lucy Drinkert. Lane 3, the freshman from Seaholm, Natalie Renovian. Lane 4, the senior, Ashley Gleim. Noelle Schneider in lane 5, Lexi Borovich, Rowan McDowell, and Allison Rail. Noelle Schneider in lane 5, 5th place in the 200-yard free at Counties. Ashley Gleim right now currently in first. We've mentioned she's a 500-yard free.
Yeah, she's got a long race coming up.
Yeah, she's not going to compete in it.
Oh, never mind.
I looked ahead. I cheated. I looked ahead, and guess what? She's not there. Ashley Gleim going to turn that race down. Instead, will compete in this one. And it looks like the move's going to pay off because she's going to come in first. Schneider comes in second. third place finish for Renovian. And we'll give fourth to Rowan McDowell. So Ashley Gleim, first place finish there for Groves. That's her second win of the night. She is also a member of the first place 200-yard medley relay team in the very first event of the night. So Ashley Gleim is having herself a heck of a meet. It's kind of how you write it up, right?
Yeah.
Cream always seems to rise to the top. So here you go, Andy, the 500-yard free.
And very valuable are the teammates at the end. We'll see them with their signs. There they are. You don't really need it for one. You'd hope they know where they're at in one. But when they get into the 4, 5s, and 6s, that's where those numbers really help. So they know how much more time they've got, how many more laps to go, and they're, especially at the end. I mean, at this point, you're just swimming. You're just going. Don't bother with how much more you have to go. You know it's a long time.
10 there and backs.
It always occurs to me that swim fins could really help this.
Floaties, maybe?
Yeah, basically. But since you asked, and even if you did you know that Ben Franklin invented swim fins?
Really?
It's true.
Is there a story behind the invention?
Well, I think he was a little shaken up from that whole
After the lightning strike?
kite flying situation and the key and all that. So he had a burst of creativity that gave him. So.
Yeah, swim fins for the hands around 1717 when he was 11 years old. Created wooden paddles with a hole for a thumb that resembled a painter's palette. His intention was to increase swimming speed and propulsion. There you go.
See that? So
the more you know.
He was never a president, but there's a reason he's on the hundo. You
tune into a broadcast and you learn something.
That's our goal, folks. Entertain
and inform.
That's the mission here.
Catherine Battenberg in lane 3, Mila Skubik in lane 4, Layla Warner in lane 5, and Anna Clifford in lane 6. This is a all Seaholm event. Well, that's pretty good that he could accomplish that at 11 years old.
He's done so much. I think he's still inventing things.
Is he?
It's amazing. Now, we're talking swimming. You're aware of synchronized swimming, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that was popularized by the great actress Esther Williams. Now, Esther Williams is a name I remember from the 60s and 70s. She was making movies in the 40s, though, but she was still around. And her claim to fame were what were known as aqua musicals. And the whole movie was centered around the synchronized swimming that she was popularizing at the time. And it was a big deal. It was a much simpler time, too.
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, I think of that in terms of today's youth.
CGI and
movies.
AI.
And, yeah, things that capture young people's attention. And synchronized swimming doesn't seem...
It's got to be pretty low on the list.
Yeah, like it would really, move the needle much. But maybe you didn't know that Gerald Ford, President Gerald Ford, Michigan man, right?
Grand Rapids, yep.
Yeah, he actually had a swimming pool installed at the White House in 1975 because he was quite the athlete, if you remember.
Yeah, centered the Michigan football team.
Right, he played football for the Great Maize and Blue, and he rode that optimism and enthusiasm you get from sports all the way to the White House. Wasn't elected there, but
I was going to say,
don't bring that up.
He never won an election.
Yeah, don't bring that up. He lost to
for
Carter.
1, yeah.
And Carter probably had the pool removed after that.
Paved over.
He planted
filled in.
peanut farm out back or something.
It's an early lead here for Layla Warner.
Do you know how many gallons of water in that pool right there right now?
Uh-oh.
You ready?
Yeah. How
And
many?
although I'm not going to give you the number of eyedropper droplets to fill, although I'm sure that's out there. But an Olympic-sized swimming pool, 850,000 gallons.
Wow.
That's right.
Wonder how many days it takes to fill.
I don't know. It's not going to be overnight, I don't think.
You hear the bell, you know you're almost done. Big lead right now for Layla Warner. Let's see what time she comes in with. We'll give you the official time once it goes up on the big board. Pretty close race for second place. Maybe a slight advantage for Battenberg. As here comes Warner, looking to put the finishing touches on her victory in a time of 5:43.68. And it'll be Skubek that comes in second, 5:48.72. Battenberg in third, as there's a look at Layla Warner, freshman from Seaholm. So the future pretty bright here at Seaholm.
Yeah, they've got some great young talent. It seem like they always do, though?
Yeah, they just continue to reload, don't they?
They sure do. We've called a lot of swim meets over the years, and Seaholm's had a rich tradition, and they always have very good young swimmers in the 9th and 10th grade.
So here we go, points race, heat number 2 of 2 in the 500-yard free. Naomi Godwin in lane 1, Ella Stein from Groves in 2, Samantha Memmer in lane 3, Maya Shelton in lane 4, the senior from Groves, Rebecca Turner, senior from Seaholm in lane 5, Whitney Wellborn in 6, Layla Stevens in 7, and Libby Knopper in lane 8, the senior from Birmingham Groves.
Well, luckily, we have a couple more fun facts. Speaking about swimmers and their flexibility, you know, most competitive swimmers can lay on their back, keep their legs together, and touch the ground with their toes. So that's the flexibility of their ankles at work. But here was a stat that really kind of puzzled me, and I'm thinking of all the people I know, and it said that more than half of Americans don't know how to swim.
Really?
Now that's curious to me because I don't really know that many people that can't swim, although my mother and my aunt could not. That was not their thing. So there's a couple there. Shout out to the YMCA in Redford for my swim lessons back in the 70s. But, yeah. Kind of curious. Incidentally, home swimming pools became more popular after World War II, which was around the time that our friend Esther Williams, we mentioned earlier, was popular making her movies. People decided they wanted to do that too, and they'd cut holes in their backyard and dig out a big area and build a pool. But we do know that swimming is great exercise, and they say one of the best forms of exercise you can get. In fact, it burns more than 30% more calories than running does, and 40% more calories than biking.
You think it's got to be a little bit easier on the body, too, than running.
Well, funny you should mention that, and I'm glad you brought that up, Brad Fetters, because swimmers, many competitive swimmers, do have shoulder problem later in life.
Sure, the rotator cuff.
And we've talked about that, especially the butterfly stroke. That is one of the most invasive strokes against your muscles and your joints and ligaments and tendons and all the things that go on in your shoulders. But if you do the right strokes, aerobic activities like swimming can reduce inflammation. Can also improve exercise-induced asthma, lower your stress and depression levels. So there's a lot going on with swimming, folks.
Turner in first, Stevens in second, Memmer in lane 3 and third, Shelton in lane 4, currently in fourth. Rebecca Turner, senior from Seaholm. Best time this year, 5:30.07, 5:30.07. Looking ahead to our next event. It'll be the 200-yard freestyle relay, then the 100-yard backstroke. Currently in event 8 of 12, 500-yard freestyle. Turner remains in first. Memmer has gone up to second. Stevens in third. Shelton remains in fourth. So Samantha Memmer has made her move. The senior out of Seaholm has captured second place. Samantha Memmer currently in lane 3. That bell. We love hearing the bell, don't we?
The bell means we can stop blabbering on with useless swimming facts, even though I have more.
You're like an encyclopedia.
Well, this one really got me. We do have a quick second. It said that most high school swimmers in the course of an entire year can swim up to 1 million strokes.
Well, I'm sure it's more at a Carl Hodgson-led practice.
For Carl Hodgson's teams, 2 million.
We've been out there in the past for Beyond the Box Score, and it is, I think it's safe to say brutal. Turner comes in first.
It's intense.
Rebecca Turner.
Let's just say the swimmers look forward to the meets for a break.
Right. Samantha Memmer. Stevens, Layla Stevens in third. And let's see, Shelton in fourth. Maya Shelton fourth. But obviously the man knows what he's doing.
Oh, yeah.
League championships galore.
We would not question his methods.
State championships galore.
He's dripping in state championships. He's stepping over them.
They filled the trophy case here at Seaholm High School.
Yes, that's for sure.
Quite a few banners up there as well.
Mm-hmm.
Nice round of applause from everyone in attendance. That's just a brutal event. It's like mission accomplished when you finish it, right?
It's tough just watching it, and that's why this crowd gave these swimmers a nice round of applause, because a lot of the parents are ex-swimmers, or they've been through the season with their kids, and they know that is a tough one.
I mean, like, to do anything for 5.5, 6 minutes, let alone swim.
Right. Yeah, at a high level. I mean, it all outpaced. That's the tough part. There's no breaks. There's no let up. There's no taking a breather.
So 200-yard freestyle relay. Each swimmer will get 50 of the 200 yards. All Seaholm race here in this relay. Evelyn Jessup in lane 4 to start out. Mila Skubik in lane 5, and Catherine Battenberg in lane 6. We'll turn it over to Cameron Richmond, Lila Heatherly, and Naomi Godwin. Already up on the starters' blocks. getting ready, trying to loosen up. Early lead for the team in lane 5. Good start there by Mila Skubik, freshman. It's kind of been a bit of a broken record with all these freshmen for head coach Carl Hodgson.
A lot of youngsters. Yep, a lot of 9s next to these names on our sheet.
Third up, Alyssa Riva, Sloan Lakari, and Amanda Arcio. And 5 that's opened up that lead. Miles Skubik, Lila Heatherly, and now Sloan Lakari. Anchors for this race will be Catherine Fuller, Nea Moore, and Olivia Latanzos. 200-yard freestyle relay, heat 1 of 2. Event 9 of 12. So glad you decided to tune us in throughout the swim and dive event here on BACB Sports. Brad Fetters with my main man, E Squared, Andy Aubrey, Michael Kottmeyer in the live truck directing tonight.
He even can drive that truck.
Sure can.
Impressive.
It's a big truck.
It's a big one, for sure. Goes over curbs and everything.
I don't know if that's by plan.
Yeah, I don't know if Mike, we should remind him you should stay on the road if you can, but occasionally we do have to pull that truck up onto the sidewalk.
Jalen and Jeremiah working the cameras here tonight. Aaron as well working poolside. Got Bradley in the live truck as well, making sure nothing goes haywire. He's keeping Mike in check as well.
It's a big job.
Somebody has to do it.
Yeah.
Nice job, as always, by our entire BACB Sports crew, bringing you all the sights and sounds from Seaholm here tonight. Always an honor and privilege to call these events. Hard to believe, Andy, it's almost been 15 years for me.
Yeah, I'm in the same general range as far as service time at the old Bloomfield TV. Just like family.
There's Selheimer, Sylvia Duncan, Natalie Renovian, Livy Camp, Madeline Howard, Milo Allen, Corinne Stevens, Alexandra Wright. Turn it over to Lucy Soley, Blakely Kuziak, Harper Marsh, Mallory Girk, and Noelle Schneider, Julia Rourke, Liliana Laredo, and Brooklyn Smith. Third swimmers that hit the pool: Anna Clifford, Riley Schenberger, Layla Stevens, Lexi Borovich, Rowan McDonald, Allison Rail, Bridget Bajorno, and McKenna Varda, the anchors in the 200 free relay. Alina Valaire, Isabella Franco, Rebecca Turner, Ashley Gleim, Sophia Beatty, Nadia Racco, Samantha Memmer, and Libby Knopper. Close finish, photo finish, and it'll be Seaholm that touches first. Whoa, that's about as close as they get. You're looking at 0.02 of a second. .02 of a second, 142.83, 142.85.
Well, the only thing closer would be 0.01 of a second, and they don't measure anything closer than that, so it's tight.
Wow. 0.02 of a second. Let's take another look here, Andy, on our BACB Sports replay at this finish. Important to note the top of your frame. Lane 5 going to get credit for the win. Yep.
Right there.
That's spot on.
Good
Technology
camera.
works.
Good camera work by our staff.
Maybe just longer fingers there for Sophia Beatty.
It could have been. They need to wear those oven mitts the base runners wear in baseball.
Well, we obviously always talk about Michael Phelps when it comes to swimming, but just like that dude was almost like engineered in a lab for swimming, right? Like it was absolutely incredible. Like to me, he is the most dominating athlete that I have ever watched.
I mean, the fact that there was almost no question he was going to win when he would take the pool in some of those Olympics. And you're right, his hands were
webbed
like boogie boards.
I mean, tall, lean, slender. Did
you see him on the Manning cast?
No.
During the Lions game against Baltimore? Because he trained, of course,
in Michigan.
In Baltimore and Michigan at U of M. And
I guess legend has it, he would put away some pretty big breakfasts.
Oh, yeah?
In the city of Ann Arbor.
Oh, yeah, okay.
King gets first place. Lauren King, freshman.
Frazier takes second. Robertson in third.
So here's a common breakfast for Michael Phelps during his Olympic training. You ready for this?
I'm going. Let's do it.
Does this sound appetizing to you? Could you put any of this away? 3 fried egg sandwiches.
Okay.
A 5-egg omelet.
So he's up to 8 eggs.
3 chocolate chip pancakes.
Okay. Carbs.
3 slices of French toast.
More carbs.
A bowl of grits.
Okay.
And 2 cups of coffee. It's around 4,000 calories.
To wash it all down. Yeah, well, he burned it off, apparently. No one ever accused him of being overweight.
Lair, Sophie Lair in first place. Isaacson in second. Carla Jimenez-Pillay in lane 6. May Ruthenberg in lane 7. It'll be Isaacson touching first. Leah Isaacson, junior from Seaholm. Sophie Lair in second. Third place goes to May Ruthenberg, the freshman again.
More freshman
out
talent.
of Seaholm.
Future's very bright for the swimming program at Seaholm. That's for sure.
Leah Isaacson, a junior here at Seaholm, taking the crown. Quickly moving ahead to event 11. It'll be the 100-yard breaststroke. Shoulders must be kept in line with the water. Arm and leg movements must be pushed forward together and brought back under the surface of the water. At the turn and finish, both hands, and this is important, Andy, have to touch the wall together.
Together.
Both hands
Same
together.
time.
Yep. You got it. So this will be an all Seaholm race. Lisa Kariva in lane 3, Darwin Stutz in lane 4, Samantha Calver in lane 5, and Catherine Fuller in lane 6.
We have a little issue with the doing some home improvements down there.
Starting blocks.
The blocks are
loose.
Looks like they're back in business.
I think right now, Andy, it's too early to tell who our swimmer of the meet is.
Yeah, I think so. We're still compiling data.
Some wins in the last couple races for Seaholm, including that all-important freestyle relay. Seaholm up big right now in the overall team competition.
And, how do you quantify success at the high school level in swimming? Well, some would say the coach, of course. Others might say the athletic director. Like the athletic director would say that.
Not that he's standing.
Not that Aaron
right
Frank's
next
not
to us,
standing here at the moment. No, I would have said that even if he wasn't here. It's clear. It's clear who the credit goes to.
You and I are going to have a busy couple days. We'll, I'm sure, see Aaron more than once.
He's going to get sick of us. We're going to be back tomorrow and again Wednesday. So, yeah.
Our volleyball coverage tomorrow, yep.
Soccer.
We slowly wind down our fall calendar. So glad you decided to tune in to our swim and dive events. 4-person competition here. And heat number 1 of 2 in the 100-yard breaststroke.
Which is the first stroke ever invented, according to my research.
The research department was busy today.
Working overtime, definitely. Compiling stats, fun facts, useful knowledge, useless knowledge.
Yeah, maybe so.
A little bit of everything.
Captains this year for Seaholm, Avery, Allen, Ella, Gifford. Nope, that's last year's captains. Lauren Gregg. Now they have Anna Clifford, not Ella Clifford. So Wenda Kelver, Samantha Kelver comes in first, 1:17:30. Lisa Kariva in second. Stutz comes in third. Darwin Stutz. And a 4th place finish for Catherine Fuller.
Now we got a full pool, Brad. It's all 8 lanes in action here for this next heat, number 2 out of event 11.
You want to introduce them?
We can give it a shot. Here we go. Ava Pruden. And let's see here. Julia Rourke in 2. Layla Warner in 3. Nadia Rocco in 4. Peyton Garn in 5. Lucy Drinkert, lane 6. Emily Henderson in lane 7. And Sylvia Duncan from Groves holds down the 8th position at the top of your screen.
Big turn, staying underwater a really long time. That was a terrific turn there. Peyton Garn, freshman. A lot of underclassmen in this race. The only seniors, Emily Henderson of Seaholm and Sylvia Duncan of Groves up there in lane 7 and 8.
Yeah, trying to teach the young whippersnappers how it's done. But as we've learned tonight, Brad, that the young ones are the ones teaching the oldsters a thing or two.
Crowd in attendance, making a lot of noise all of a sudden.
It's getting rowdy in here.
It's Peyton Garn that touches first. Emily Henderson comes in second, followed by Layla Warner. Lucy Drinkert in 4th. Seaholm faithful making lots of noise. So that was a 1st, 2nd, and 3rd place finish, all for Seaholm in that event. So all of a sudden the Maples starting to flex their dominance, flex their muscles, so to speak, as they have a 1-2-3 finish there in the 100-yard breaststroke. Well, we've waited all night for event number 12, the 400-yard freestyle relay. We'll have 2 heats. Heat number 1, just 3 teams, all from Seaholm. Gabrielle Suarez, Emmy Robertson, Ava Pruden, and Sabrina Coe in lanes 4. In lanes 5, it'll be Lucy Soley, Naomi Godwin, Anna Clifford, and Lauren King. And up in lane 6, it'll be Evelyn Jessup. We'll turn it over to Carolina Frazier. We'll turn it over to Anaya Aurora. I'll leave things up to Maeve Baldwin. So we mentioned that league meet coming up at Lake Orion on November 5th. November 21st and 22nd will be the state competition at Eastern Michigan University. So make sure you get those down on your calendars. Groves had a pretty successful Oakland County meet. Whitney Wellborn personal record in the 200 individual medley. Mallory Gherkin has state cut in the 100 free. And Marta Jimenez Pillay had her state cut in the 500 free. So congratulations to all those ladies. Peyton Garn, a third place finish for Seaholm in the 100-yard breast. Well, Schneider, 5th place in the 200-yard free. And we already mentioned Natalie Renovian's personal record in the 200-yard individual medley. She finished in 8th place in the event, 2:17.54 her time, which set her personal best. Looking forward to that volleyball contest tomorrow. Two teams always put on a good show.
Oh, yeah. You want to talk about enthusiasm and screaming your fool head off? That's
the
a
place
sport.
to be. Yeah.
That is the one. They get animated, and that's that gym.
So the anchors have hit the pool here in this exhibition race. Good crowd here tonight on senior night. Senior night ceremony will take place, I would assume, after. I didn't see any indication that it happened before.
You know, I think volleyball and swimming are a little alike in the enthusiasm of the fan base, the participants themselves. It's sort of a tight-knit community. A little bit of an us versus the world scenario in terms of their popularity, maybe. Mass appeal. It's specialized, I think. What they do is not something everybody does.
Yeah, I think you can lump wrestling in as well. Right?
Wrestling's a part of that, definitely.
Wrestling and swimming both being individual sports.
Well, it is. It's an individual sport, but a team sport in a sort of an odd way.
Yeah, team gets you across the finish line, so to speak.
I can't help but to think when those swimmers turn, how often they smack their ankles on that wall. That's got to happen, right? While you're practicing. You might have to ask that question.
They're trained professionals.
They are trained.
We're not talking about you and me trying to pull off that
That's
move.
true. I guess you're right about that.
That's why the banner's there, right? Now you're coming up to the wall.
Right. Well, there's an art to it. I mean, you want to still give yourself enough push-off space, but at the same time, you don't want to get too close. If you're too far away, you don't get enough push.
Lucy Soley, Naomi Godwin, Anna Clifford, and Lauren King, the victors here in the exhibition race. Head coach of the Groves water polo team, Nolan Camus, in attendance here tonight. So here we go, final heat of our final event of the night. The best swimmers, pretty much all in this event. 400-yard freestyle relay. The teams obviously to pay attention to are in lanes 4 and 5. We'll meet them right now. In lanes 4 for Grove, Lexi Borovich. We'll turn it over to Maya Shelton, Marta Jimenez Pillay, and Lucy Drinkert, the freshman, will anchor that Gator team. In lane 5, the team from Seaholm will be Layla Stevens, the junior, Noelle Schneider, the sophomore, Natalie Renovian, the freshman, and Peyton Garn, the freshman. So 2 relay teams to really pay attention to. In lane 1, Corinne Stevens. In lane 2, Allison Rail. Sophia Beatty in lane 3. Already met the teams in lanes 4 and 5. Lane 6 will be Milo Allen to start. In lane 7, Rebecca Turner, the senior, and Libby Knopper, the senior, in lane 8 for Groves. That's who's starting things off. Each swimmer asked to swim 100 yards. Student section has turned out. There's a look at them. Late arriving student section tonight.
Yes, they do tend to show up fashionably late at times, but better late than never.
Avery Selheimer, Alessandra Senti, Madeline Howard, Maya Shelton, Noelle Schneider, Whitney Wellborn, Harper Marsh, and Ada Bilo. Swimmer number 2 in the pool for all the relay teams. Big lead right now for the team from Seaholm in lane 5. Team in lane 3, Sophie Beatty and Madeline Howard trying to make some noise right now. Seaholm rides in first and second. Groves team in lane 4 riding between them right now. Top 2 spots occupied by Seaholm. The freshman, Natalie Renovian, up on the starters block. She's positioned to take off. Terrific fast set here by Stevens and Schneider as they turn it over to Renovian. Mila Skubik in lane 1, Peyton Coleman, Leah Isaacson, Martha Jimenez-Pillay in lane 4. Already met Natalie Renovian in lane 5, Carla Jimenez-Pillay in lane 6, Samantha Memmer in lane 7, Riley Schenberger of Groves up in lane 8. Schenberger up on the starting block. Right now it is lane 5 by a country mile. Huge advantage for the Maples. Quite a close race right now for second place between lanes 3 and 4. Slightest of advantages for Seaholm in lane 3. Big advantage right now for first place. Renovian will give way to her anchor, Peyton Garn. Peyton up on the starters blocks. Your anchors across the board. First in lane 1, Bridget Bongiorno, Delilah Cavada, Sophie Lair, Lucy Drinkert, Peyton Garn, the anchor in lane 5 in first place. Ella Stein, the anchor in lane 6. She's just a freshman. May Ruthenberg in lane 7 and Alexandra Wright in lane 8. Massive advantage right now for the Maples, making it look easy. Seaholm still with a first and second place. Big turn made there by Peyton Garn, the anchor swimmer for Seaholm. Sophie Lair, the junior. Length advantage for second place right now over Lucy Drinkert in lane 4. Grove student section urging on their Gators. Trying to pull up a second place finish. It's going to be a massive win here tonight for the Maple relay team. 3:45.95. 3:45.95. It'll be a top 2 finish for Seaholm as the team in lane 3 comes in second. Groves will finish third. The team of Borovich, Shelton, Jimenez-Pillay, and Drinkert. But a massive victory there for Layla Stevens, Noelle Schneider, Natalie Renovian, and Peyton Garn as we'll get another look. There's a look at Peyton Garn, the anchor swimmer. We'll get a look here once again at this finish. And no one, and I mean no one, was near the team in lane 5 from Seaholm.
And what I thought was interesting about that, before they took the pool, they did a little huddle, the 4 of them, and they hyped themselves up. I didn't see any other team do that. I didn't see another lane of participants have that type of camaraderie to start that one, and they knew they had something going on, and they sure proved it.
Nearly an 8-second victory over their teammates of Sophie Beatty, Madeline Howard, Leah Isaacson, and Sophie Lair. Well, That was fun. Nice way to cap off the night. A big relay victory for the Seaholm Maples here tonight. Take one final break on BACB Sports. We'll tabulate the finals. We'll give you a final score when we come back, as well as Andy Aubrey's Player of the Meet. That's next after this brief break right here on BACB Sports.
If you love them enough to relearn math so you can teach them math, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Welcome back one final time to Birmingham Seaholm High School, taking everything down here as competition is over. A dominating performance tonight by the Birmingham Seaholm Maples as they take it by the final score of 134-51. I'd like to turn things over now to my broadcast partner, Andy Aubrey, who's alongside our swimmer of the meet, senior Emily Henderson.
All right, Brad, thank you very much. We are here with our BACB Sports swimmer of the meet, Emily Henderson. Emily, congratulations on a big win for the Seaholm team, and you got your state cut tonight. Talk about that for a minute.
Well, it's like a great representation of all the hard work that we put in throughout the season, and I'm just really proud to have made it this early in the year.
As you look back on the season here this senior night, it goes fast, right? But what's this year been like for you and your whole team?
Well, it's really sentimental to me, this being my last year here on the team, and it just made me put in a lot of more effort and trying really hard.
Well, you've done well. Now, here's a question I've asked over the years of your predecessors. What's it like to swim for Carl Hodgson?
Oh, it's amazing. Honestly, my Seaholm experience would not be the same without Carl. Yeah.
Yeah, I get that a lot. People, he's great, he's fun, he's all this. Nobody ever says, hey, he's not that good, but he's great, right? All right, so where do we go from here? What's going on moving forward for your team and you personally?
Well, applying to colleges, not really sure where we're going yet, but, I'm just going to take all the lessons that I learned here at Seaholm with me and, into the future.
Right. What are you thinking about? Where are you thinking of going? I mean, some ideas coming tonight?
Like Michigan, hopefully somewhere staying local, but, maybe studying business.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, you can't go wrong with business. You really can't go wrong with Michigan. Yeah. I'm sorry to alienate my Michigan State friends out there, but that's good for you if it happens. Congratulations tonight on an outstanding effort. Your team did well. You did great. State cut, all that. So we'll wrap it up from down here from now with Emily Henderson, the lady of the hour, and send it back up to Brad to roll us on out.
All right, thank you so much, Andy. And congratulations to Emily Henderson, our swimmer of the meet. Good luck next year. Maybe Michigan, but obviously has some really good coaching here by Carl Hodgson, the legendary head coach of the Seaholm Maples. Just a terrific night of competition all the way around, from our diving portion to our swim competition. 134-51, our final score here tonight, the Seaholm Maples over the Groves Gators. For my broadcast partner, Andy Aubrey, for our director tonight, Michael Kottmeyer, the rest of our BACB Sports crew, I'm Brad Fetter saying good night. One final time from Birmingham Seaholm High School. This has been a BACB Sports production.